The Fix LA. Come get your fix of the culture.
Yo, good evening, Los Angeles. You are now tuned into the Fix LA with your boy TGJ Dive. We got a lot to dive into. The playlist. We got the Grammys, snubs, the culture. We got the quick fix. We got some relationship goals and questions. But before we dive into it, shout out to the crew that's on live right now. Deja Vu.
How y'all doing?
And the big homie Tony. What's up, Tony?
Tony Jones.
Tony Jones in the building, y'all.
What's going on? How's it going?
How have you guys been? It's been a while.
It's been an interesting weekend.
A couple.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, belated.
Yes.
Belated Thanksgiving.
Happy
everyone.
holidays if you celebrate it. If you don't, if you do, happy life.
Happy holidays. I'm excited,
Happy
man. Christmas
holidays.
spirit and the holiday cheer.
Have some
And
holiday chill.
I'm really excited,
I
man.
want to know, when do you actually stop reheating
The leftovers?
the leftovers?
Today.
2 days.
Today?
Oh.
That's
What's today?
today, Monday. God, no.
Nah, I ate my last
Thursday,
plate on
Friday,
Sunday.
Saturday,
Was it
Sunday,
Sunday?
Monday. I
Sunday.
guess today they hit the trash.
Today you got to throw them away.
Dumpster divers.
Yeah.
Today's your day.
You got to throw it away today, for sure.
Get out there.
Yeah, I guess so. That's the,
Seasonings will preserve.
That's a good question, though.
Some food.
That is a great question. Yeah.
I say.
I had
it
5
depends-
plates for my homie.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you host it or if you went,
oh, bro.
some people that only want to just have it on that day, they won't take food home.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You want to have it on that day and that's it.
I know I did. I took a sweet potato pie home. My niece made a sweet potato pie.
It was interesting for me. It was the most unorthodox Thanksgiving I've ever had because I wasn't with my family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For the sake of not like I probably would have done a Friendsgiving because,
Okay.
you know, it's safer for the younger folks to get COVID.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for like older aunts and grandmas and grandpas and older aunts and uncles, like it just wasn't safe. So this year we didn't get together and that was very womp womp.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's sacrifice one. We've had so many. You know what I'm saying? It's the same same Thanksgiving we've had for years.
Yeah.
Same food. So if you want to make it to the next one, just sacrifice one. People were acting like they couldn't just spare one Thanksgiving.
The food was so good.
Hello, everyone joining in.
Shout out to my boy Oscar, his newlywed, his wife Joe. They just got
Hey,
married. a couple
congratulations.
weeks ago.
Congratulations.
I didn't know Joe could cook like that, so I took a plate that night, and then I went back the next night and ate again and took another plate.
See?
But yeah, shout out to y'all.
But you keep it, you still keep it controlled if you're going somewhere else for a plate.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I
would play it that way.
Yeah.
I seen my brother for the first time in 20 years.
Oh wow.
In 20 years, I seen my big brother. It's been 21 years actually. And
Wait
it
a
was
minute.
Like, yeah,
Dang.
Like your brother.
yeah, my brother, my blood brother.
Wow.
Yeah, met his wife. He had a wedding band on. Blew my fucking mind. I'm like, wow, bro, you are married man.
That's beautiful, Tommy.
Yeah. It was. I had a fucking blast too, man. I'm gonna be honest. I
Wow.
that was a
Crazy.
cool.
I mean, I'm only that old, you know?
Right.
Yeah, that's
Just
what
kidding.
I said. Like 20 years.
That's huge.
That's a staggering number.
That's
Well, congrats on that, bro.
huge.
Congrats on that.
That's a big congrats.
Hey,
just
shout out to
I'm just here for
OG Bobby
Starreon.
Love,
Okay.
man.
His OG Bobby Love.
That's my bro Giovanni's uncle. Shout out to bro.
Oh my gosh, that's the uncle.
We got a long show. What y'all been listening to? What's been on y'all's playlist?
He's going up. Like
What's the artist name?
Moray.
Moray. Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
He out the South, I believe.
I'm gonna check it out.
Super, super dope. Justin Bieber. I don't know if you guys watched the awards, but I seen a performance, and that's what introduced me to the two songs. He performed a song called Holy, which was really, really dope and soulful.
Yeah.
We all know Justin Bieber can sing.
Right.
But then he also has a song called Monster with Shawn Mendes, and that also was a nice, it was just beautiful. They both are very talented. And then Buddy, he has a song called Black too.
Buddy.
And
Gotta
it's
check it out.
like,
I've heard none of these. I gotta
it's
check them out.
bars. It's like, oh. Like,
Buddy from
Yeah.
LA, right?
is he?
I think he's from LA. When I heard, I know Joe Budden brought him up. I think he said he's from LA.
I gotta look into that
I
because
could
I
be
gotta rep
wrong,
him
though.
harder
I
if he's
could be
from LA.
wrong, but Buddy, I think Buddy's from LA.
So for
He
two,
got off.
so for 2 weeks in a row, shout out to Keon the Hustler.
The Hustler.
He would mention an artist, and literally the next week, that artist was shot down.
Pass.
You know, we lost King Von.
A week after he mentioned him.
After he mentioned him, he also mentioned an artist named Mo3.
Yes.
Out of Dallas or Houston? Texas. Yeah, he's from Texas.
Texas.
You know, he had some dope freestyles, some dope records, had a big buzz in the state, maybe even in the country. But he was shot, I believe, a couple weeks ago. So it's just kind of eerie how Kiana introduced these artists, and then
to us
personally,
to us.
yeah, and then the next week that they get shot. So rest in peace.
I got it in my ear about Mo3 like a little earlier in the year. So I had already, but it was only one song that I really was, you know, they introduced me to him, and then of course Keon brought him around us all with other records. But it's very unfortunate. The city really showed up and showed out for his memorials. They went up for him. The funeral was huge. Shout out to him and his family and the fans.
I think King Von was in L.A. right before that
He
happened,
died
too.
in L.A.
It was in
Oh,
L.A.?
did
He got killed in L.A.
I know that.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that. I thought it was Atlanta.
Jeezy versus Gucci, man. Jeezy and Gucci Mane had.
We just had the show, the live viewing.
Yeah, they had a battle,
Boy.
it was very unexpected. We did not think they would battle because initially it was Jeezy versus T.I. They went head to head, and we didn't know which way it would go. And I told everyone I knew, I told y'all that it was pre-planned, that they would squash the beef for everybody.
You predicted it.
It went left though, you know, when he played Truth and stuff like that, and but they made amends, and then we got a clip. I was really excited of how happy I was watching the battle.
Yes, you were.
I really live, man. I'm talking so much, baby. You know,
Oh my God.
same old shit, an adrenaline rush. I try to tell the people.
You see this right here?
You was
Thank
lit,
God.
bro.
Thank God he wasn't. Thank God he wasn't doing all that.
The
that
reason,
day.
so again, that's my favorite rapper, but the reason why I was so excited is Jeezy had these really legendary mixtapes, and every mixtape had a legendary intro, and he played I'm Back from the Can't Ban the Snowman intro, and I just lost my mind, you know, so.
The thing I realized as the days progressed after the verses, the winner was definitely based on who's a bigger fan of who.
For
you know
sure.
what I'm saying? People were all the way Team Jeezy if they were Jeezy fans, and
For
then
sure.
vice versa with Gucci. It wasn't really based on like the actual number and who and what.
Absolutely.
It was literally based on the fans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who you're a fan of. That's what I noticed.
Gucci is just, he got.
Because people who are crazy Gucci fans feel Gucci won, and vice versa.
I talked to someone the other day. They were like, "Yeah, Gucci won." And broke it down. I was like, "How?" Because he played Truth, and you know, but
Yeah, it's
you're
not
right.
about one song.
I just want to say that mixtape market is very much still alive, and that's where Gucci come from.
Right.
So,
Mhm.
and yeah, it's
didn't know he
funny
had
that
so
you
many.
said that. It's so funny that you said that because that's exactly how that verses went.
Yeah, it
It
was
did
based
go
on the crowd.
And I'm not a big fan of either one of them, but
hold
I
on.
did go for Jeezy because Jeezy had
Hold
the
on
bigger,
now. I ain't
he
gonna
had the
hold you.
bigger tracks. But Gucci was playing some stuff to you. Was like, dang, hold up.
I didn't know he had so many mixtapes because you know I went back and researched his catalog. I didn't know he had
Right.
50 million mixtapes out that
Man,
he
he
did.
got a super load of them.
But every song, I don't know if y'all know, Tony was keeping score. Like he literally
Yeah.
was in school. Like every round, he put down what song was played for whatever. He had a whole paper, but he also had a list of what songs Jeezy should play, and Jeezy played about every one of the songs on his
Everything
list.
except for My President.
Everything he had listed, like Jeezy, he might as well have been the DJ that night out there, because you would have thought he grew up with like that was his man's from like back in the day.
I was happy to see them squash the beef because that was
Absolutely.
a long-lasting beef. A lot of people's lives were attached to that. A lot of livelihoods, and now they can move freely through the city and not have to worry about each other's camps. So
That's
that was big.
for the culture. That was big. I think the verses to me they won just off that alone,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what it was about. Like Jeezy said, it's bigger than them. It's the culture. It's the kids that look up to them. It was necessary.
It was. So
It's bigger
congrats to
things
that.
to be beefing over.
Congratulations to them.
Shout out to both.
Just a little bit chip on music. That Joyner Lucas new album is a banger.
Dang, I
Come
still
on
haven't
now.
listened.
It's
Joyner
a banger.
Lucas.
Straight like that. Oh man,
Can't go wrong.
I still
What's
gotta
that,
listen.
snitching? With the snitches?
Yeah, snitch.
Oh,
Yeah.
Snitch. That's what it is.
I meant to listen and just never.
Can't
I
go
don't know.
wrong. That
Oh
video,
my
he's just crazy
God,
with his video,
dude.
with his visuals.
I
That
liked
dude is one of the goats.
I liked Future and Uzi's album. I like Danny Lay's album. They have some good records on there.
Oh, I gotta check her out. I like her.
French Montana had a couple joints on his album that dropped recently that I liked. And
St. John.
my boy St. John dropped the album, man. And it's
yeah, he's nice. He's nice.
He always has a song that is like on repeat for like weeks, even months. So my song from the album, St. John's last album, is Switching Sides. And y'all got to put that on and listen to that. It's a really good record.
Also, Chop
Chop
I
Chop
think
video.
that's a dope record. That's not right.
The video is almost done, man. So the Chop Chop video is coming out very, very
Video
soon.
coming soon, but the record is still available everywhere. Please download on streaming platforms. We got a little clip of the video, a little still shot here.
Yeah, he showed it.
Yes, it's coming very, very, very soon. I'm super excited.
We had some Grammy snubs.
Oh,
Supposedly.
don't get me taking my earrings off and popping my nails off and hanging my wig up.
I wish I could get a close up. I felt like Tommy a little bit.
What?
You know,
He's like a proud father.
so there was a big uproar about Lil. He said, "Yeah, Lil Baby and Roddy Ricch not being in." Now they did get nominated for singles and records, but they didn't get nominated for the best rap album for the Grammys. And the cutoff I learned is from I want to say December to August,
or September or
something like that. So this is 2019 Roddy Ricch album that came out in like September or something, or mid 2019, something like that. That's the album that was supposed to be in this one. So when I go back to that year, that was one of the best rap albums of the year. The one with when his first album, War Baby and all those. The box and all that was on there. And he didn't get nominated for album of the year. There were some other people, not to discredit them, but that just shows that who's really picking and nominating for the albums and the culture and stuff like that.
Who won it?
Well, that's been a big talk.
Well, the Grammys are in January. They just put the nominations out.
Oh,
like January 21st or something like that, or something, January something. But that's been a big talk about who has the seat at the table, and the people who are at the table aren't necessarily the people who are listening to the music.
Exactly.
And the people who are, they aren't the consumer.
Exactly.
So that's been a big debate, as I've been keeping my ears open to, people who know people that are
boycotted
at those meetings.
Well, people they've tried and stuff.
I know Keisha Cole made a statement. She's performed, she said 2008, 2009, 2010 to 2011 or 2012 or something. She's performed at every one of those and hasn't gotten anything.
You just have to be, I feel like you have to be a part of the culture to select for our culture. You know what I'm saying?
We need a seat at the table.
Remember when Macklemore, that was an amazing album, but remember Macklemore beat out Kendrick Lamar? I forgot what year that was.
That was a big uproar as well.
Macklemore himself,
Oh.
Macklemore himself said, "Good Kid, Mad City" should have won the best rap album. That just shows that they're not really in tune with selecting, the music for us and by us.
I do want to say, speaking of best rap album, I was very emotional about this one, but D Smoke being nominated for best rap album was very emotional for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I actually got teary-eyed. When your voice be shaking.
Why is that?
Shout out to Polly Rob. I was actually on the line with Polly Rob. He had some very, 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 very encouraging words for me. About how proud of me he is, and he kind of took us back.
Yeah.
From my days prior. But D Smoke did come up, and it made me emotional. Him being from where he's from. My city. And his background and just his talent, the family, like, it's just an amazing journey just to see it. It just feels like home. It was very emotional for me. So shout out to D Smoke. His album was everything.
Need to listen to
Definitely worth the nomination, and I hope he can bring it home.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think we should select our rap and R&B winners for the Grammys, or who we thought should have been nominated and won and stuff like that. Maybe next time.
I think did they Pop Smoke in there?
I don't think he's nominated for. Can we see, research ain't here. We need to see who's in there.
Right, we need to.
I want to say Freddie Gibbs is nominated for album of the year for rap album.
No, he
I haven't heard that album.
I haven't heard it, but I heard some really good reviews on
yeah,
this last
for
album.
sure.
You want to check on your phone right quick?
For
the nominees for best rap album.
Best rap album. I do.
And while she's doing that,
Right. Don't take a pause.
Don't forget, we do got sports later on. The Pittsburgh
This
Steelers
guy.
are still 10-0. The Cowboys are still the Cowboys.
While I'm looking for
How
this,
the hell they let Washington take place?
Meg Thee Stallion dropped an album as well.
Oh, you don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, I didn't want to talk about that.
oh no,
No.
oh. Shit.
Cowboys, we are doing really bad.
Speaking of Cowboys, Meg Thee Stallion, that's hilarious.
We are really doing bad.
Put the two together.
I know, right?
But we'll talk about that later.
She from Dallas?
She from
Oh,
she from
nice.
Houston.
She
Houston.
from Houston?
Yeah.
Okay.
But her, she did partner up with Fashion Nova, and she has like a G line or a line now, and it's very cowboy inspired. It's like hats and all.
The
So,
crazy thing is we can still win the division, which is crazy to me. But we still got a chance, bro.
Oh,
Best-
no, y'all are very much alive. It's just, it's an awful.
What you got, Dave?
best rap album,
Grammys. Grammy
Award for best R&B. No rap. We need rap.
So we also, I believe, 21 Savage's brother was murdered,
Oh my gosh.
which is really sad.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people dying all the time, and it's really sad.
Condolences to 21 Savage
Yeah.
too, and his family. Yeah, man, it's this thing is getting. I don't know why, or is it just me? But it seems like a lot of today's rap artists are being. I don't know if it's being targeted. I don't know what type of energy that's out there. It's really, it's just bothering, and it's mind boggling because
I don't know. Can you
it's
find
just
it?
it's weird, man. It's
It's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. Shout out to 21 Savage and the family and friends. That is very unfortunate. I don't know the story behind it and what happened. Either way, the baby just lost his brother to suicide. You know what I mean? So it's just really unfortunate.
man, it's an energy that I don't know what it is, but it's an energy that's out there. I can't put my finger on it, but every time you turn around, it's I don't know. Maybe it's just our culture, but
You need to get it together.
but Meg just dropped a new single, didn't she? Off the album.
She
I
dropped
think
the whole
got
album.
A couple songs that's top 10 right now.
It's buzzing. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
buzzing.
she's
talked about. She had a song "Who Shot You" or something like that. She remixed that.
Oh, the beat.
yeah,
She used the
Biggie
beat. And then the friend came back with her
Mm-hmm.
record to the Tupac beat.
Did she?
And
They hit him
she-
up?
Yes.
Oh, I gotta hear that.
She came.
It just that sounds entertaining.
I'm just gonna.
But she wasn't an artist before. She just boop, boop, popped in.
Did she put that together with old boy? What's his name? Is it Tory?
No.
Okay. I mean, no disrespect. I mean to call him.
I thought you said "Oh boy" like Star. I'm like,
Nah,
what?
nah.
Right? Did he record here? Yeah, she did come back with a response. Yeah.
We'll check it out. We'll check it out.
Coming to America. Coming to America too.
It's a big deal. We've waited for that for what?
Our whole
20,
life.
25 years? 35, 30?
No, don't do that.
I'm just saying the
25.
first one came out in like the 80s, I believe.
No, it was the 90s,
Am I tripping?
bro.
Okay, you're right.
Because you're
This-
aging
you're
all
right,
of
you're
us
right,
if you
you're
say
right.
that.
Being a kid
We're
watching
not
this
that old.
movie
You're right.
made
I'm
me
still
feel
looking
like
for
it
these
was
Grammy
okay
nods.
to work at McDonald's. I don't know
McDowell's?
why. It just made like, oh, that's you want to work at McDonald's. It was weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just now you grow up and you're like, McDonald's is not the place to be working.
I think that's one of the best movies of all time, and it's one of those movies that lasts forever. And Coming
It's
to
a
America 2 is
classic.
going to be dope.
It's a classic. Classic is very star-studded. This Coming to America too.
Oh, is it?
Yes, it's full of some amazing people. Of course, thank God we'd have both Eddie Murphy and Arsenio
Need them.
both back. But it's star-studded, so I'm excited.
Really
I'm
excited
excited.
for
It's
that.
a big part of the culture. If you grew up on that, we know it like the back of our hands. I know it word for word.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, shout out to them for that. Dave Chappelle.
He does not want people watching the Chappelle Show on Netflix, I believe, because
Mm-hmm.
Comedy Central has not paid him for that show, or all of the money he's owed for that show.
Cue it up.
Asking to boycott any network, boycott me. Boycott Chappelle Show. Do not watch it unless they pay me.
There it is.
Wow.
And there you have it. He said his own show. I'm still looking for these Grammy nods. I'm gonna stop.
Isn't
though.
that crazy?
Yo,
Isn't that crazy? Like how that's a big show. He ain't got paid for it. Like, I don't know if it's all the money or some of the money. But
I don't know what it's about, but hey, stand with our people. He said don't watch it. Don't watch it.
I don't know what
Stream
it is
it
about
somewhere else.
Chappelle.
no, don't stream it at all.
Oh.
Don't watch it
stream
at
it
all.
at all.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's just something about Chappelle, the way he talks to a crowd.
It's like he's sitting in your living room talking to you.
Oh, man, it's so
very
convincing, man. Like,
Very personal.
salute to that man. Pay that man. I'm just saying.
We want to give a little shout out to Tyler Perry.
I think he fed 5,000 people.
5,000 families. And what's cool about that is it wasn't people. So 5,000 families
It's a lot.
can, it could be 5 people to a family. Right. Right. So that's huge. Him, Chance the Rapper.
He was also handing out, Chance the Rapper was handing out turkeys to people in need. So for Thanksgiving. So that's pretty dope.
A few people did that, and I just think that's awesome.
Give
we
back.
have so much to be grateful for. We complain about so much. We have way more than we think we have. So to do that, more than just this time of year.
Yeah.
Let me say this too, because it was I seen memes when they did that. People were saying, "We're getting tired of y'all handing out turkeys. Can't you hand out some lobster?" Like, really? It was just like, come on, man. It was weird, man. It's just I don't know what it is about this COVID season. It got people really bugging, man.
First of
like,
all, a turkey feeds way more than a lobster.
That's true.
Come on now. Yeah. Like, if you really think realistically,
Lobster's
if I'm going to
really
try
good,
to help, it is really good. But if I'm trying to help a mass amount of people,
man,
you're going to think logically, why would the hell would I be handing out a lobster or crab leg over a turkey? Like, who says this?
Facts.
The internet is crazy.
Man, they wilding, man. So 2020 got people wilding. This is I was like, what?
2020 has been a gift and a curse. I don't think it's been the worst. It's been bad. It's been really bad.
Yeah.
Really, really, really bad.
Yep.
But a lot of good has come from it as well. So I don't want to take that away. But I do want to segue into this next one because I
added something before you do.
Oh, before you do.
Sorry.
Before I do. No, go ahead because I want to bring this one in.
Okay. So I don't play video games as much anymore, or if any, because it takes a lot of time. It's very consuming. And I used to be a big gamer back in the day. I try not to watch a lot of TV, even though there are amazing TV shows and movies and stuff like that. So my boy, Oscar, he was like, yo, he was naming shows, and he was like, you seen Money Heist? It's like, nah. He said, watch it right now. I'm at his crib. Watch it right now. He played 10 minutes. Long story short, I watched the whole episode. Went home that night, watched 2 more episodes. Next night, watched 4. After this, I'm out going to watch some more.
Okay, so what's the show?
Money Heist is amazing. Here's how you know it's amazing.
I know about it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I know about it.
So
it's seasons?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How many?
I think there's 3, 4. I don't know.
I think it's 3 right now.
So it was a very small show in Spain, and it just blew up. Like, it just caught on. But here's how you know it's good. When he said the show was in Spanish and it had subtitles, why would I watch that? It's so good. I'm reading the subtitles.
What?
Yes, and
so the audio is not in English.
It's in Spanish.
So you
but
you can't put it in English. It ain't the same. It ain't the same. Not the same.
no. When it came out on Netflix, it came out in the English.
Oh.
It came out. Well, the voiceovers were
Oh,
in
yeah,
English.
I don't want the voice.
I mean, oh heck.
It came out like that.
It came out, so you knew they were talking in Spanish, but they were
Like it wasn't matching.
voiceover was in English.
I put it in English for 2 minutes and I switched it back to Spanish. I'm like, I'm gonna read the subtitle because you get you want to feel what they're saying. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's an amazing show. I'm super excited. That's up there now with my favorite TV shows, and I can't wait to leave and go watch it. I'm excited.
Man.
Tokyo lit.
I gotta get into
Man,
Watch
Tokyo.
one tonight, please.
it. See, I like to binge watch when it's like seasons in.
Hold on.
You're
Hold
not
on.
gonna get me invested one season and I gotta wait till next year. I'm gonna be upset.
Pause for a second. You on season 2?
I'm on episode 6
Of season 2.
of season 1.
Season 1. Oh man.
I was hooked.
Oh man.
I was hooked after the first episode. Hooked. I'm watching it like that's one
Watch it
episode.
reading subtitles.
Reading subtitles.
Yo, you gonna be like, what the hell?
I'll give one episode a try.
Hey, none of y'all watch Game of Thrones, by the way, right?
I need to watch that too.
I tried getting into it. I got like 6 episodes in, but that took like 24 hours because the episodes are
2 hours long.
it's too long.
Okay,
So
my fault.
I
but
never fully got into Game of Thrones. People have been trying to get me off like Ray Donovan and I don't have that kind of time, you know.
Snowfall, Good Girls, also amazing shows. Go watch those.
Yeah, see, I just can't keep up.
What you wanted to segue into?
The greatest show. One of the greatest shows.
One of the greatest shows of my time. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Okay. Now, we all know I am big on giving Will Smith his roses. Him and Jada are my life coaches in my head. You know, don't judge me. So this was very near and dear to my heart. It was everything to me. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. It was tear jerking. They watered. They filled. You know, I caught them. But it was everything. You know, of course. You know, they had a moment in honoring Uncle Phil, whom we lost.
I haven't seen it yet.
Wow.
Okay.
I haven't seen it either, but that's I heard
course,
that
but
they
you
did
know
that.
they gonna honor
did
him
that.
or whatever. Even Nikki showed up. Baby Nikki.
He ain't no baby no more.
Not at all. But you know the character. And both Aunt Viv's. What I didn't know, they never met before.
That's crazy.
Him and Will and the first Aunt Viv, our favorite Aunt Viv, had to sit down. Very emotional, you know, a lot of truths.
Janet?
Janet Hubert, yeah. We didn't know a lot that she was going through at the time and all that.
I did hear that clip about saying she was difficult to work with and it messed her whole career.
Yes, even just putting that difficult to work with on a black woman's name. How about my Steelers? Ooh, my mama. Okay.
We're gonna get to sports, bro.
Yes, that's my mom's right there.
Oh, really?
Yes, putting that difficult to work with title next to a black woman in Hollywood, of course, was like detrimental to her career. She also mentioned like what she was going through personally while filming pregnant and showing up to work every day. She was in an abusive relationship while pregnant, emotions, hormones, all of that. Will was not aware, you know, being young and just this jokester, and you know, he's not even being sensitive to her, even though nobody knew any of this that she was going through. But she's showing up to work, leaving home, you know, miserable. Yeah. But she was going through a lot. Will owned up to him, you know, young, naive, or whatever, and it was just a beautiful moment to see them 26, 7, 8 years or however long, haven't seen each other since, and made up. It was great. It was one of my favorite shows.
I heard that soundbite, and I was just, what was fascinating about it is how long it took them to come together and have this conversation.
Yeah, it was.
It was really saddened. I was saddened by it because she can really act. Like she's, you know, I was more touched by her playing the character. No offense to the other Aunt Viv. What's her name? I don't know.
Daphne Reed.
Okay, excuse me, Daphne. But yeah, I was just like, I couldn't believe what she was saying, and it really touched when she said being a black woman, but having that difficult to work with. That
title,
was,
or that being said about her.
The kiss of death.
It pretty much was the kiss of death, and then we had the whole colorism issue. She gets replaced by fairer skin. You know what I mean? And not even to discredit the second Aunt Viv in no way. You know, she was a part of the whole make of what the Fresh Prince is and the history of the Fresh Prince. So we're not going to discredit that at all. But we have to admit the character of Aunt Viv even changed once the new Aunt Viv came. Yeah. The first Aunt Viv was a professor. Right. You know what I'm saying? She had a dancer background. She could sing. She was all this. And she was the take your earrings off and pull your sleeves up kind of Aunt Viv. She was going to check you.
The West Philadelphia Aunt Viv.
Yes, she was way more seasoned. I mean, you know, she had that flavor. And the other one, no, like I said, no shade. She didn't even work.
She didn't, huh?
No, she didn't have a job or career.
Well, they moved into a new house at some point.
No, they were there.
They moved in a different house. That was two different sets.
But it was overall the same home.
No, I don't think
it wasn't painted as if they moved. You know what I mean? It was the same place, but
those are pretty two different households.
Boys and Brothers, that's hilarious.
Well, I need to watch it. I've not seen it, and definitely
it was awesome. It was awesome. I do love that even though Daphne Reed, the second Aunt Viv, was sitting there, Will Smith did not discredit the first Aunt Viv. He made sure to make it clear how much of a talent she was and how much of a contribution she was to the Fresh Prince and the role and how talented she was. He didn't discredit her at all.
Right.
And even the second Aunt Viv kind of played her role. She said she doesn't mind being called the second Aunt Viv because she knows how talented, like, it is what it is.
But I'm going to play devil's advocate to Will. Being 21, I can only imagine being in the spotlight that he was in and the things that he was going through. Is it fair to say he could have behaved in a selfish manner? Perhaps, but 21 years old, that's...
Well, he admits that. That's what I'm saying. He was young.
I give him credit for that, too. Like
not having kids yet, so he's not compassionate to a woman pregnant. He doesn't know what that entails and what that means. What do you mean? You pregnant, you come to work. He wasn't compassionate at that. He's being silly and jokey and, kind of playing things off. It went how it went. It's just unfortunate that she didn't, we didn't see her anymore. Yeah. But one of my favorite shows.
She was my favorite.
My favorite as well.
Yeah. When Quincy Jones found Will Smith for the Fresh Prince show, he wasn't an actor. He was a rapper.
That story, though, did you hear the story of how he auditioned?
No.
Okay, you'll see it. It was crazy. They didn't even know this.
Yeah.
How he auditioned for it was like so unorthodox and unplanned and like on the spot.
Yeah.
I love Will Smith.
He wasn't an actor, so he had to work like 5 times as hard. That's why I think we have a clip of him like mouthing everyone's words because he knew the whole script inside and out because he had just started acting. You know what I'm saying?
Do we have that?
First time like really doing dialogue.
So you did everybody's dialogue?
I learned everybody. So it's on the episodes. You can see it on the episodes.
I saw one episode, though, where you're standing like behind the couch in the living room seat.
Yeah.
And it's you and whoever else.
Was that Don Cheadle? They literally had to show me. And I was like, oh.
That's the one that was like, okay, we need to change this.
You don't go to school, Ice Trey?
Oh, sure I do. I've been held back in the 10th grade 3 times in a row.
3 times?
Yeah, see, my motto is, when I find a grade I like, I stick with it.
That's crazy, man.
That's terrible.
That's crazy.
That's
that
terrible.
Work ethic.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's painful to watch.
She was so ugly that Freddy Krueger used to have nightmares about her.
He knew it. He
That's
knew the lines
crazy
so
work
well.
ethic, though.
He knew everyone's lines because he had to go over and be prepared because he was just starting to act.
Will Smith is a
skill. That's a skill.
I love Will Smith, man. He's definitely a very hardworking man.
Sure.
It's one thing to have a talent, but to have a skill is to practice that talent over and over and over. And damn, dude, that's crazy. And you can just imagine
Turn it back on. Yeah, I know in an interview he mentioned, which really set out to me. He mentioned that he doesn't necessarily view himself as particularly talented. He said what sets him apart is his sickening, ridiculous work ethic.
Yeah.
And I think that's definitely some words to live by right there. Shout out to Will Smith, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the whole cast. We love you all. They were all there in good health. It was so awesome to see him. Rest in peace, Uncle Phil. It was a great reunion. You have to get into it. Have your tissues ready.
Love.
Relationships.
What you got for us this week?
Relationships. I wanted to get into, in keeping with the holidays, Thanksgiving just passed, Christmas is coming. I wanted to ask you guys your opinions on like in-laws and exes. So I'm gonna paint a scenario, and you just tell me how do you feel?
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna give some names. Bobby and Tiffany.
Okay.
They're married.
Right.
Okay. Bobby and Tiffany are married.
Okay.
Bobby has a child with Crystal.
They're divorced now, though.
No, they were divorced, or they never got married. Baby mama, whatever you want to call her. Crystal's the ex, but they share a kid.
Okay.
So, what were their names?
Tiffany
Bobby and Tiffany. Bobby and Tiffany. It's the holidays. It's Thanksgiving. So now Bobby's in-laws are coming into town.
Okay.
So Crystal's child with Bobby. Yeah. They're gathering for the holidays. Do you think it's appropriate or inappropriate for Crystal to be at Bobby and Tiffany's home for the holidays, seeing in-laws that are still grandparents technically to her child with Bobby?
She should not be there.
She shouldn't be there? It's not appropriate for her to be there?
I don't see why she should be there, no. Unless they have a great relationship. I mean, I don't.
Who,
maybe
Tiffany
they do.
and Bobby?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, okay. I'm sorry. That was probably the wrong answer. It just depends on the relationship. If they're cool.
I think it depends on. Yeah, he's right. Well, why is she there? Does she not trust the kid with the father alone? That doesn't make any sense. He's absolutely 100%, 1000% correct.
I mean, unless it's like a Will, Jada, and Cherie situation. You know, they did the whole blended family. And
I don't know that situation. That sounds.
They've
different.
been the poster couple for that blended. The poster family for a blended family situation.
I guess it all depends on what's the situation with Crystal. Because is she don't have family? Are we like sympathy card or here? What are we playing here?
Yeah, it
why
doesn't
are
make
you
sense
here?
to me, yeah.
Like,
so it's not okay to share holidays with the next.
No, it's okay. I just don't. That doesn't make sense.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't see why that would happen.
She better go have a friend's
because that's their family. The kids with the father, and they're doing holidays, and then I don't know. I don't see that. I
know, and Will and Jada, speaking of them and their situation, I know holidays because there was a kid involved. Jada obviously didn't have kids yet, but there was Trey. And, holidays, Cherie and Trey would come over. And I remember Jada's mom saying initially she had a problem, like, why is she here? Mm-hmm. She didn't like that was the case. But, of course, Jada, they just are a great example of how a blended family could work.
And I might be tripping too because if you think more about the kid wants to be around both his parents for the holidays. But I think that's a situation where you do both. The kid will be with the father at the one Thanksgiving, you go to the other Thanksgiving, the other Christmas.
Yeah, you could do it that way, but I do in a perfect world.
Blended. Okay.
In a perfect world, a blended family situation, like you said, for the sake of the kid. What if the kid is that young?
From experience and just being around like my pops and around people and stuff like that, it was a multiple household thing.
It's not. It's unorthodox.
It was like you're going to multiple houses for
or
Christmas.
Even birthdays. What about in cases of birthdays? People go as far as to have like 2 separate birthday parties.
Yeah.
When you guys could have literally gone half on a big party.
That's different because that's the kid's birthday.
That's about the kid's event.
It's a little different.
But people do 2 separate
sometimes
and go all out. Like they get to the point where they're competing against each other. Like, come on now, that money could have totally went to the kid, and you guys are really spending to upstage each other.
The birthday makes sense because we're gonna be civil for the child
if they can be.
If they
ideally,
can be.
Yeah.
That's when you bring your person you dating, whoever they dating, if they are not, but they're all there for the kid.
Right. What do you feel?
I just need more
context.
It got to be more to this for her to be there. Unless dude just really, he got his game on like that. Like he can have it like that, and he wish a motherfucker would, or excuse my language, but he wish somebody would say something about
If it's no threat and it's no nothing, it could.
I can see it happening though.
Yeah, but I think it's safe. It can be safe.
You have to consider other people's feelings, even the grandparents.
Because what if they like, oh, how's Crystal doing? I'm in town. I want to see Crystal. I haven't seen her since.
When you say in-laws, you mean like the kids'
grandparents? Yes.
On the dad's side.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, I thought you was talking about his wife's
No, his. I'm sorry, I didn't make that clear.
No, his
parents are in town.
Parents.
That's them, yeah. And I don't think...
they still want to see her because that's still my kid, my grandbaby's mother. We still are...
Nah, she don't have to.
That'd be a separate meeting. Nah, they just go do coffee or something.
How young is this baby, really?
Go do some coffee.
Go do coffee.
Yeah, lunch.
We're going to meet at the Starbucks.
Yeah.
How young is this baby? That's what I need to know.
I mean... The new couple is married, so the baby can't be too young.
Exactly. So, yeah, she does not need to be there.
No. She can just meet with the parents.
But if she is and can and they have that, fine. But for the most part, I don't think she would be there.
Don't even meet me at my house. Meet me at the corner.
Oh.
I'm going to come get the baby.
Oh, now you're tripping.
I need some more women's opinions here.
We'll get some more, hopefully. We'll get some more. We'll post it on the
Selfish.
Instagram.
It's
Don't even
about the
text
kids.
me when you're on the
Adults
corner.
are so childish.
Don't even text me when you hit the corner. You need to be there at 6 p.m. on the
See,
dot.
what if they get along though?
That's what I'm
You
saying.
know
I
what
said
I'm
if they
saying?
get
What
along,
if they get
yeah.
along
If it's-
still?
for the most part, it's,
The baby mama
that's different.
/ ex-wife or whatever she may be, Crystal, her and Tiffany might get along.
That's
if
true.
we get along, I'm gonna meet you at the car. I'm
Man.
gonna greet you at the car.
We know how his experience has been
Right.
with his baby's mothers.
Don't even come out. Make sure your windows are tinted
That's not
too.
the case.
but that's very possible. They could get along and have a good.
We don't want to see you.
You know, Cherie made a point. She said when Will said Trey was going to meet Jada, he was 3 years old. She was not having it, but, you know, that time came.
Right.
And when Trey came home, she's like, did you meet Jada? Like, how was it? And Trey was so enthusiastic about it. Like, I love Jada. Like, she's so nice. Like, he only had good things to say. And she said for her, for a kid to feel that way about somebody, that must mean she treated him well. For him as a kid, you know what I'm saying? So she said it got to the point where he wanted to buy her a gift, and then she was like, I'm not having it. So she re-gifted something that she already had.
Dang.
She did buy a card. She bought that, but the gift was something re-gifted because she's like, I'm not buying her something. But it was something brand new or whatever. But the card said, like, something about thank you, something about for, you know, treating him Trey well or something. It was, you know, a thank you in there. But when they had their Red Table Talk, it was like the first episode of Red Table Talk. Okay. And Cherie even got emotional because she thanked Jada for loving her son
Like her own.
before Jada even had kids. So I think, if you really genuinely make it about the kids and you're completely over the person you had a kid with, then things can run smoothly if feelings are
This gonna
for
sound
each
crazy.
other out of it.
This gonna sound. I don't know who Cherie is.
Will's first wife.
Okay.
His first wife. He was married to her for 3 years. They had Trey, his first son.
I don't know who Trey is either.
Really?
Yeah.
Trey
Mr. Will
Will's
Smith?
Yeah, it's his first son.
It's his first son, Trey.
I only know Willow and Jaden.
You shut your mouth. You don't say that on
I know
camera.
it sounds bad, but I didn't know.
Yes, he has an older son who's.
Make sure we get this on camera.
Don't do that. Don't disrespect
We
my.
might have to cut this out because I didn't know.
Don't disrespect my life coach like
Don't
that.
edit this.
He has a son. He had a son already when he got with Jada.
I didn't know that.
He was married to Cherie.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
I didn't know that. Sorry. No disrespect. I just didn't know that.
I'm gonna turn my back on him.
The Free Will fan club is disappointed.
We are. We're very upset. But
I didn't
yes,
know.
he has a son named Trey, which
Okay.
obviously is, you know, the third.
It's
his
my
son.
first time hearing this.
Yes.
Wow, this is really amazing that you didn't know that, bro. I'm fascinated.
Because now we don't even have time for it in the show. Because now I want to just give you their whole background and the rundown and how it blended and how it went and Cherie and
That's why the
Jada.
whole time I was confused, to be honest with you. But I knew about Jaden and Willow, and that was it.
How dare
I got to
you.
be more in tune. Let's go to sports.
Yeah, let's get into
sports, man. Tyson and Roy Jones.
Tyson versus
Jr.
Jones. I'm like, Tony Jones? Tyson and Jones. What's going on here? Yeah.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, man.
Are we going to talk about this fight? If you spent $49.99 on this,
Do you have a clip?
please report it as
You
fraud
don't
and get your money
we
back.
got a clip. I wanted to show y'all the little Roy Jones clip. Like, what was he doing?
Before that, are we going to talk about this Nate Robinson and Jake Paul?
Yeah, so I was really excited for this was the fight I was excited for because when I found out there was no knockouts for the Tyson fight, I figured it was scripted and they were just kind of sparring. When I went and checked out Jake Paul, man, he's a YouTuber, but when I saw his highlights and his Instagram,
His
I'm
brother
like,
boxes.
yes, I was like, man's got hands, right? Man, and I was like, man, no
The
disrespect.
way his head hit that canvas.
It's not funny, brother. It's not funny. It's not funny.
It's not funny, man.
It's not funny. But I told everyone, I'm not trying to call myself I know it all the time, but I called
When
everyone.
it come to, yeah, you be calling something.
And I was like, yo, he's
You
going to
know-
knock him out crazy, because Jake really had them hands. And
Oh.
he did, which we commend Nate for getting in the ring and trying something different. But when you watch Jake Paul's highlights, he been boxing for
He
years.
said he's been taking it serious for the
Yeah.
last year.
But this is not like Jordan deciding to try baseball. Or The Rock.
No, it's not.
You know, The Rock going into a different, like this.
This isn't Tom Brady going to the Buccaneers.
Trying to be tripping. Boxing's a hard.
This
Look,
is
if you
got
never
the
boxed, it's a hard
Yeah, this
sport.
is not.
It is. It's a brutal sport. It really is. You have to be
Trained.
coordinated and trained. You cannot get in that ring with professional boxers.
Yeah.
You could literally lose your life. That's why Stephen A. Smith was so concerned about Roy Jones.
A drunk trained
my God.
Nate. I am dead at that comment. A drunk trained him.
On a different note, I think it was very interesting how Triller put this together. You know, that's an app. That's a live streaming app, I believe.
God. Hey, let me say this. That was a very entertaining event.
Brilliant.
They had the concert.
It was on point.
It was such a grand production.
Man.
The performances in the concert was a little OD to me.
Oh, and one more thing. What I got from that, and not mark my words, but for the record, Snoop Dogg is the greatest fucking rapper alive.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
He
commentator.
is the greatest rapper alive. And that performance wasn't just a show. It was a flex.
Oh.
It was a flex. When he was performing bombs, bro. And I think he was flexing on people because now you got to think, we are in a versus type of era when it comes to music. So when you get a guy like Snoop Dogg to perform the way he was doing it, I was like, nah, man, he flexing.
You know what someone said?
He was flexing, homie.
While I was watching the fight and when Snoop was performing.
Snoop was great. Comment said Snoop was great.
Someone said he would beat Jay-Z in a versus battle.
I said the same thing.
I almost fell out on the floor.
I said the same thing. I don't care.
Will
Lyrically,
he be the
I don't
first
care
artist
what you
in
say.
versus to come back?
He's the greatest rapper ever.
Because he already did a versus.
Against who?
DMX.
Oh,
he did a versus against DMX.
So he'd be the first one to come back if y'all want to see him with Jay.
But Snoop conversed two people at a time. He beat DMX and he had enough records to where he could have versus somebody else
again
and probably beat them.
No, for sure.
He's the greatest rapper alive.
Snoop is a GOAT. He was a D-O-double-G, but he's a GOAT.
That was big. I'm not gonna disagree. That was a big statement.
What? That he's a GOAT?
No, that he's the greatest rapper alive.
I think he's the greatest rapper alive. You combine all. I don't mean to get off the sports or nothing, but I'm just saying, like, if you take everything he's done, all his content, and into context as well, and he's still alive, he's the greatest rapper alive.
Snoop. I love Snoop. I'm gonna go with Jay though, but I love Snoop.
And then Snoop for one too. We've seen Snoop survive every evolution. The evolution of his. You know what I'm saying? When he hit the scene, when West Coast and that sound with Nate Dogg, and then he's evolved when Pharrell hit the scene, and he's kept up with every transition in hip hop. Church, he transitioned, but not even that. He transitioned to gospel.
Yeah, he did, man.
Let's not forget.
I'm trying to tell you.
Let's not forget. So we've seen Snoop keep up with the. You know what I'm saying? Every new, he's in there.
We could do a Snoop versus Jay versus Tommy if you want to do that, brother.
We might have to get that going. Yeah. But back on sports, Tyson and Jones. Everybody said this was like their two drunk uncles fighting on Thanksgiving.
Tyson wasn't drunk.
Tyson, but remember, it was no knockout. So Tyson started pulling it out, pause, and he was trying to no, he almost. You see, Tyson was going full speed, and then he was like, "Okay, we can't knock out. We just gonna, But
Tyson. He did want Roy to fight him.
Yeah. St. John also performed. Y'all know I really like St. John, great artist.
They looked exhausted.
He killed that.
St. John did, but Tyson and Jones looked exhausted. They looked exhausted when he said that it was a draw.
It was Roy.
But did you see the rounds? So they went from. It was 8 rounds and it went down to 6. I don't know if y'all saw that or not, but I think they were like, it was supposed to be 8 and it went to 6. So I think they were like, hey, we tired. And the rounds were 2 minutes, so they were just barely trying to get through it.
Come on now. This is like.
But Tyson wasn't. I'm sorry. Tyson was ready.
But when at the end, when they called it a draw, Tyson was okay with that and Roy was not having it. He said, I wear draws. I don't.
They premeditated that before the draw.
Is it? I don't know why. Is it me but Tyson punches had more impact?
Oh, for sure.
Okay, he won that fight.
Okay.
But they already said it was premeditated. It was going to be a draw.
Yeah.
It was going to be a draw.
Oh gosh, that takes the fun out of sports or seeing something competitive. It really takes the fun out of it. So
Tyson made $10 million. He donated it, but he made $10 million. That's how good Triller's doing. They paid him $10 million.
Wow.
Yeah. Wait, I seen you put Hard into the Nets. Rumor?
Oh no, it was a rumor. It was a rumor. Yeah.
I'm mad at the emoji on this paper here we have. This is hilarious, guys.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but Harden to the Nets would be crazy. But before you do that, I'm not talking about football because it's going really bad for me. Y'all can talk about football if you want to talk about football.
I'm going to go into
football. It's going really bad for me.
I'm going to go into football a little bit just to shine light on my Steelers. If I didn't have red, black, and white shoes on right now, I would have had my hat.
And Tyreek Hill is the best receiver in the NFL right now.
We have 60 fantasy points or 50.
Listen here.
60. Yeah, 60. Yep.
Steeler gang. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Black and
yeah,
yellow, black and yellow, black and
They need
yellow.
to start respecting the Steelers because they are undefeated.
Come on now, just give us that. Just give it to us.
And they got the coolest coach in the NFL.
He don't smile or
Mike T
nothing.
is my boy.
He don't smile or nothing, but he's for sure getting the job done.
Congratulations.
What did he say? Excuses is the epitome of the incompetent. What did he say? Something like that.
That sounded great.
Mike T's he's that's a special dude when it comes to just being a people's person, even if like off the field when he's giving like interviews and his post press conference, like that dude is
don't
cool
hate.
as fuck,
The comment
man.
said don't hate. And shout out to Claypool. We got to give him his roses because he be out there racking up them points.
Mm-hmm.
He's always open. I don't know why. It's almost like Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is always somewhere no one else is. He's just open. Like, why?
My Cowboys are still alive, believe it or not.
Contrary to popular belief.
We're still alive. We can still win a division. So
we shall see.
Hey, but the Lakers did have a very strong free agency. They had the best. The Lakers reloaded like they lost in the semifinals.
Right.
Like they took it like they didn't even win the championship. And
They
the
back better
pickups,
than ever.
man, Montrezl Harrell, Wes Matthews, Mark Gasol,
and Schroeder.
and Dennis Schroeder. It was a rumor that came out today that Dennis Schroeder did let the Lakers know he is not coming off the bench.
Really?
So that's
very
the
interesting.
inside
Somebody
scoop that
said
I
sorry
got.
about those Cowboys.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we don't have a point guard, so
Yeah.
I didn't.
So, but
Really quick too. Speaking of, I did want to point out the Steelers were supposed to play on Thanksgiving, and 7 Ravens players tested positive for COVID, so it got postponed.
even Lamar Jackson, including Lamar Jackson.
Yes, it got postponed to Sunday, and they still didn't play. So they're supposed to
more
play
players,
tomorrow. So we're gonna see if that happens. But as of now,
Football tomorrow?
Steelers.
Steelers?
they supposed to, because the game got postponed.
Let's do it.
We went from Thanksgiving
Put
to
in the
Sunday
DraftKings lineup.
we gonna see if it don't get postponed again. As of now, they haven't said anything, so we gonna see.
As a neutral fan,
We when we get that 11-0.
as a neutral fan of the NBA, you know, we did have one of the best free agency signings with those 4 people. I also think that as a fan of the Lakers, I think that the Clippers are done.
Oh,
Just because that locker room can never be the same. You know, when you, I heard that we all heard they were giving special treatment to Kawhi and PG and stuff like that, and then PG didn't.
they play Wednesday. I'm sorry, Steelers play Wednesday.
And then PG didn't have a great playoff showing, and I felt like the locker room was just in shambles, so they kind of have to reboot. But I think us signing Montrezl Harrell, was a semi-troll because
Oh yeah, absolutely.
he won 6 Men of the Year, and we take one of your best pieces from your team.
He could have got $80 million anywhere else.
Yeah, that was like we won the championship. We're getting stronger. We signed one of y'all's key players. It's like
They're 6 Men of the Year.
they're 6 Men of the Year.
And then they got the runner-up at 6 Man of the Year in Schroeder. So you got 2 guys that could literally come off the bench.
Yes, we're gonna win back to back.
They are. I love Schroeder with the Anthony Davis pick and roll, even with the Montrezl Harrell. I don't even want to get into the LeBron and AD pick and roll. But I just want to stay with Schroeder in the pick and roll game with any one of them big men that's named Marc Gasol or Montrezl Harrell. Because those are 2 dynamic big men that can play defense. Not only that, they can stretch the floor as well. And Montrezl Harrell got an energy like a Kevin Garnett type of energy. But even with Dennis Schroeder running the show on a second team,
First team, he's not gonna come off the bench. You said.
he's coming off the bench. LeBron is the starting point guard for that team. He's gonna have to come off the bench.
Actually, LeBron wasn't the starting point guard. He started a small forward. The starting point guard was they had Danny Green and KCP at the 1 and 2. Danny Green's gone, so Schroeder might start actually.
Who's the point guard of that team?
Now it got to be Schroeder. Rondo's leaving.
Who was the point guard of the?
LeBron ran only point.
What are you talking
But he didn't
about,
start.
Tony?
The PG in the lineup, it said Kyle Pope or Danny Green.
Okay. I play DraftKings.
You can't put, but you can put LeBron in the small point guard spot.
Small forward.
But it wasn't his. Yeah, anyway. All right.
The technicalities of it all.
Somebody chime in.
NBA draft.
LaMelo to Charlotte.
I didn't like that.
I like that.
I didn't like that.
I like that.
I didn't like that.
I didn't like
I like
that.
that.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I like that. I like that.
One thing I did like, I'm not familiar with Edwards' game that went number one, but I actually watched Wiseman's highlights to see what Golden State was getting, and he's a monster.
Oh yeah, I think they feel the position that they're.
All they needed was a center.
They needed, and not only that, he athletic as hell, dude.
He is.
Edwards?
He is.
Oh yeah, he's quick on his feet. It's gonna work with them. They got Kelly Oubre too on that pickup. They really came up on that pickup.
They got a 2-man because Clay, unfortunately tore his Achilles. I don't know if we talked about that, but he tore his Achilles.
No, we didn't.
Oh,
yeah, we never got a chance to get around to that.
No.
Really?
But,
we talked about last year.
Damn, I'm sorry for Clay too, man. Clay is first ballot Hall of Famer without a question.
Unanimous,
man. And it's just this is damn, dude. When I heard that, I was like, because it's kind of robbing us of that season that we really want to have, with so many teams are really good and great. You don't have that season where it's like, all right, 3 of these teams.
Right.
It's only 3 teams that can really get it, and really one that's going to win it. But right now, it's like it's really a great balance in the NBA, and I wanted to see Klay Thompson and Steph Curry play that type of competition on that level, to where they can compete for a championship. And I want to see who can knock the Lakers off, because the Lakers looking good right now. And I'm a Bulls fan.
Real good.
It was going to be Steph, Clay, Wiggins, Draymond, and then drafted Wiseman. So that starting 5 was going to be amazing. They got Oubre to fill in for Clay until next year. But, it's going to be a fun season. I'm excited.
Let me just say this. Kelly Oubre is a huge pickup. Don't sleep on him.
He can ball.
He can play defense, and he can stretch the floor, man. And he got offensive moves too. So, yeah, that was a good pickup for Golden State.
I wish LaMelo went to the Knicks.
I did want. Oh, you wanted that too?
Yeah.
I wanted that. I wanted him to go
to
to the
market
Knicks,
for him,
bro.
'cause he's a good player.
He is. He's a smart player too.
Yeah.
He's a very smart player.
He can really ball, man.
He can.
Some
man.
people say he's the best ball brother to go. But
I've been
really
saying that since he was in high school.
He's 6'7" point guard. He can go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
he's about
that's
6'8".
dope.
They
Shout
say
out
he's
to all
6'7".
of
I think
them.
he's about 6'8". He's probably bigger than 6'7".
Yeah, he can shoot, pass it.
Rebound.
He's
His
good.
IQ is off the charts.
He's good. Now they still got to get Jello into the league, but
I
Well,
hope
shout
that
out to
happens.
all of the whole ball family.
Yes.
Yeah, salute to them.
yeah,
Is that a wrap for
that's
us?
a wrap,
I
man.
want to give a shout out.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to give a shout out to my
Kobe.
shot. I want to give a shout out to my I So Boom fam on Clubhouse, because they did create a platform that was in partnership with Shade 45, and they did get my record played, as well as an interview with Shade
Yes.
45, Lord Sear,
Yes.
for the demo battle. And I will be back in January as well, back on Shade 45 for that. So I just want to shout them out, and I appreciate y'all for that one.
Chop video
Chop,
coming
chop.
soon.
Chop coming soon. Video dropping soon, and we are
The Fix.
This is